Hello, welcome back to episode 3 of the Who's the Best Pokemon Ever, according to the idiots that follow me for some reason. We're starting straight off. Delmise Munchlax. Delmise won. Good job, Delmise. Very, very proud of you. That's a good job on that one. Bayleaf Ekans. We have not had another starter fall to a Pokemon that I didn't think it would. Bayleaf has rightfully kicked the shit out of Ekans. Ekans, I love you, but Bayleaf is Bayleaf, and Bayleaf is cool as fuck. Clauncher beat Uxie. Funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Everyone was pissed, except obviously the people that voted for Clauncher. So it's funny because all the votes show Clauncher winning, but all the comments show that Uxie clearly has the most outraged supporters, which I think is funny as hell because I'm not involved in this whatsoever. Sandslash beat Bagon. Was not expecting it. Glad it happened. I love Sandslash. Good on you. Fuecoco beat Dipplin. It's unfortunate that one of the Applin line has been shot down so quickly because there was obviously Appletun versus Applin, which means that we're now 2 of the Applin line down because Dipplin has lost to Fuecoco. But fair, that is 2 apple-related Pokemon as far as I'm concerned. Fuecoco's an apple. You can't argue with me. Tailo Machoke. Tailo beat Machoke. Don't know how the fuck that happened, but I guess people like Tailo. I didn't realize Tailo was a liked. Whenever you bring up generational birds, you hear Pidgeot, you hear Noctowl, you hear Corviknight definitely, you hear your Talonflames, you hear Toucannon on occasion. Fucking sometimes you hear Unpheasant, you hear Staraptor, but you never hear Swallow or Tailo, especially not fucking Tailo. And I would have assumed people like Machoke, but I guess not. Appletun Applin, here we go. Appletun won. Not confusing, but that's now 2 of the Applin line that are out. Funnily enough, the ones that are both look like apples the most, I guess. Toxel Wailord. Well, I mean, what can I say? Wailord's the GOAT. Big fan of him. Vibrava absolutely kicked the shit out of Goldeen. No mercy. Goldeen was perished upon impact. Wooper with the biggest landslide victory ever. Absolutely annihilating Tadbulb. Proof that there is no such thing as bias and that Wooper is just generationally the GOAT, the best, the greatest of all Pokemon, the GOAT. He's loved. What can I say? People like Wooper. I'm not saying Smolant had anything to do with it, but people do like Wooper. Dwebble Carvana. 2 regular Pokemon and not 2 Pokemon where one is clearly the winner. Dwebble did win though, which I personally agree with, but I guess some people just like Carvana enough to have voted for it. Giratina Genesect. We are down a mythical. Genesect has perished in the fight against Giratina. Not fully not understandable, but good on Giratina. Aurora's Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle lost, so that is a Paradox Pokemon gone as well. Upsetting to some people, I'm sure. Probably all the Iron Bundle fans. But Aurora's did kick the shit out of him. Rabsca Snubble. I don't personally like either of these Pokemon, so the fact that any of them went through is really not great for me. I don't care that much. Iron Valiant Okie Dokie. Now, I'm not going to say it was kind of obvious. One is a combination of 2 deeply beloved Pokemon into this awesome robotic blade wielder. And the other is a dog with a terrible shiny colour scheme. But I saw it coming, is all I'm going to say. Roggenrola Seedot. Unfortunate. They're both just little guys with feet and eyes. And I do like Seedot more, but I guess Roggenrola's got a lot of fans. Maybe it's because Gigalith is way cooler than Shiftry. I'm not going to say that's for sure, but I'm fairly confident. Swaddle Vespiquen. Did I expect Swaddle to beat Vespiquen? Never in my entire life did I expect Swaddle to win that, but it did. Cherrim Slitherwing. Slitherwing showing Iron Bundle how a Paradoxmon should do it by fucking killing Cherrim in front of everyone. Bronzong versus Nidoran Male. Bronzong won. I didn't realize it would be this close, I can't lie. Bronzong is really liked. I think Bronzong is really liked because it's essentially Gen 4 Metagross, but somehow more viable. So, people like Bronzong, what can I say, man? But Nidoran Male held up surprisingly well, so I'll give him that. Anorith, Wishy-Washy. Fishes, I like Fishes. But Anorith is cooler, gotta admit. Wishy-Washy, a little bit of a crybaby for me. Anorith, badass. I mean, his eyes really off-putting, but, you know, whatever. Cobalion versus Glastria. It's surprising how many legendaries there are against each other in this. It's kind of baffling, honestly, but Cobalion beat Glastria. Not that unexpected. I mean, Cobalion is part of a trio/quartet of quite well-enjoyed Pokemon, and Glastria is a horse. Berserker Ice-Q. Berserker beat Ice-Q. That was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. I assumed Ice-Q would take that because when you hear people talking about Berserker, they're like, Berserker is a cool evolution, but why was it made? And that I totally get behind. So, yep, I would have voted Ice-Q myself, but Berserker is cool, I guess. Cranidos Cricketune. I like Cranidos. Pachycephalosaurus is my second favourite dinosaur. However, the fact that Cricketune, diddly whoop, didn't win? Utter horseshit. You're all failing me. Impidimp versus Cutiefly. Cutiefly won. There were a few people outraged by it because they're like, Impidimp is the first. I heard somebody say that Impidimp was the first Dark Fairy, so why is Cutiefly, who is just a fly, getting all this love? But Cutiefly was the first Bug Fairy and is also a cool design, and some people just prefer cuteness to coolness. But also Impidimp is very ugly and only has one nostril. Swadloon Sprigatito. Swadloon, I respect that you put in the effort against a starter. That's how you put up a fight. Lost, but you live on forever in our hearts, Swadloon, we love you. Joltik Shuppet. I like both of these. So I would have personally voted for Joltik. I love Joltik. The Galvantula line is one of my favourites. But I do really like Shuppet, so it was a shame to see it be so one-sided, but I'm not going to say I didn't expect it. Bellybolt Medicham. Bellybolt making up for Tadbulb getting absolutely wasted by Wooper. But did I expect it to be that big of a gap? No, I would have expected it more to be like 45-55 as opposed to 60-40. But it is what it is. Guess there were more Bellybolt fans in the votes that day. Bergmite Togetic. I hate Togetic, so this annoys me. But you know, the people have spoken. I guess Togetic is the winner. Poliwrath Klinklang. I didn't think people had nostalgia for Poliwrath. I do. So Poliwrath for me, I used him once in a Gen 7 playthrough alongside Primarina. I don't know why, but I did. And he was fucking sick, man. Genuinely, he was awesome. I love Poliwrath. And Klinklang, I don't hate. I have good memories of him in like Dynamax Adventures and stuff, but never used one. Maybe I should. Maybe it's apparently good enough for 34% of people to have a go for it. But Poliwrath's the winner. Good job, Poliwrath. Unknown Swablu. This pissed me off. I don't like Swablu. I think it's kind of stupid looking. Altaria, great. Swablu, I don't like. Unknown. I love Unknown. I unapologetically love Unknown. But I guess it is just a bunch of letters with cool backstory and a cool idea. And Swablu is, you know, a really well-designed ball with wings. Motherfuckers. Blossom Brion. Good job, Blossom. I don't think you should have won because I don't like you or your existence. You are part of the Oddish line, but I never will accept you. Like a parent that's disapproving of their child. And I like Brion because I have bias. Fungus Fearow. Fungus won. Which means, officially, Fungus and Amoongus are in round 2. Good job. Weird, funny named line of mushrooms, I guess. Unfortunate for Fearow. But that does now mean the whole Spearow line is out. Spearow lost to Pheromosa and Fearow lost to Fungus, so we're officially out of Spearow lines. Anyone whose favourite Pokemon was Spearow or Fearow, I'm sorry, you have failed. Perugly Keldeo. Keldeo kicked the shit out of Perugly because there's more My Little Pony fans in the world than Fat Cat from Chippendale Rescue Rangers fans. Garbodor Shelmet. It is 50-50. Currently it is 50-50. However, Garbodor was winning more often than Shelmet, so I had to make the call and push Garbodor on to the next round. Shelmet put up a fucking fight for it though, and we gotta respect that. If it was anyone else on that day but Garbodor, he might have made it to round 2. Except for these next guys, Trapinch and Dreepy, these are two powerhouses, and the fact that one of them got knocked out by the other is insane. But Trapinch beat Dreepy. Now, I thought Dreepy was way more loved for this than this, but I guess that's because of his association with the Dragapult line. Whereas Trapinch, he carries his own weight. Just because he's related to Flygon, who everyone loves, Flygon has nothing to do with Trapinch's fame. Trapinch doesn't even look the same. It's not based off the same animal. It's not even the same color. It's not even anything to do with Flygon. I don't know how they evolve into each other. Trapinch carries his own success on his own back, and that is why he beat Dreepy. Skarmory beat Sizzlipede because Skarmory is cool and Sizzlipede is not Center Scorch. Sorry. Virizion Zorua. Zorua won because it is Zorua and Virizion is Virizion. If that was Cobalion, Zorua still would have won. I can't lie. Zoroark, way cooler, obviously. But Zorua is Zorua and will always win against shitty legends. I don't like the Musketeers, by the way. I do not like the Swords of Justice. I like Zorua, though. Very cool. Roaring Moon Cradily. Cradily, my beautiful tentacle soldier. I'm pouring one out for you. I'm doing the cross. I'm doing the Christian cross across my body as if I were the Pope. Rest in peace, Pope, and rest in peace, Cradily. Both legends of the game. And was unfortunately knocked out by Roaring Fucker, whom I dislike. Because why did Salamence get saying? Where's the past Metagross, huh? Game? You were too afraid to make a robot from the past? Get out of here. Shedinja Xurkitree. Shedinja won. Actually wasn't expecting it, but I guess Shedinja... I guess a gimmick will get you far in life. For the last 20-something years, Shedinja has been running purely on the fact that he's got 1 HP and Wonder Guard, and Xurkitree couldn't even beat that. So good job, Shedinja. Shroomish Scolipede. I mean, what's to say? Shroomish is cool. Shroomish is cool. If Breloom was here, maybe we would have had a better fight, but it's Scolipede. People like Scolipede. What can we say? Moltres Burmy. Funny that we put them together. Moltres won, obviously. Yeah, Moltres beat Burmy. There you go. Zapdos Blipbug. Again, legendary Gen 1 bird versus small bug. Zapdos won. Funny though. Obviously, we're in round 1, and then anyone who wins then progresses to the next round. That now means that in the next round, Moltres will face Zapdos. And Articuno's in like group fucking 38 or something, so they'll never see each other. But Zapdos will be facing Moltres, so one of them will be out next round. Fun stuff. And that's it. There you go. I hope that this new format is okay. I hope it's not too much. It's like not going too quick. It's not overwhelming. If you want me to bring back the old one, let me know. I've still got the compound clip saved, so that's fine. But if you like this new one, that's totally fine. It's actually slightly quicker for me to make, so whatever works for you. It's not that much of a difference for me. But these are the Pokemon that are out. Good job, everyone that lived. Unfortunate for everyone who got their ass kicked. It's obviously still going. And next week we will see more Pokemon. We've got a lot of cool placements next round, actually. I'm quite looking forward to it. Like, there's one, I'm not going to say it, but Gengar Urshifu, it's very fun to look at. So obviously, it's likely over. But I thought, that's 2 VGC Giants. Who's going to win? But yeah, I won't spoil anything. But yeah, that's everything for this week. I hope you've enjoyed getting your votes in and making your comments. The more you make comments, the more votes we can get, the more chance your Pokemon has of winning, just saying. If you comment, it goes into the YouTube algorithm just a little bit more. It helps me out. People might subscribe to me. I like it when they do that. But yeah, I hope that was fun. This is a longer one because obviously I have to go over everything in slightly more detail. But yes, thank you for joining. I'll see you in the next week. Bye. Love you. Bye.